I'm Charity Deimos, and I'm here today to talk to you about elections. The judicial elections are coming up this week. Most people get excited about mayoral elections, but don't pay attention to judicial elections. However, I feel that judges play a much larger role in our day to day lives than most people realize. To that end, I'm here with Judge Alan Crane to talk about the duties of the Justice Department and why you should care about who gets elected. Hello, Judge Crane. I'm glad you could take the time to meet with me today.
Hello, Charity. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'd like to start out by, talking a little bit about the day-to-day jobs you do here in the courthouse.
Sure. So I think many people view the judicial practice as something limited, restricted to a mundane life consisting only of fishing licenses and vendor licenses and all the above. But in reality, there's a lot more that goes on, as you may have witnessed, waiting for me to get ready for this interview.
So what you're saying is, people see you giving out licenses, but there's a lot more you do that they don't see. What kinds of things are those?
Well, there's a whole lot of interfacing that goes on. So, being a judge, most of your work is about delivering opinions inside of a courtroom, right? So, you are evaluating situations based on the evidence presented to you, whether testimony or fact, and you're coming up with results for folks or questions they may have. Does this person owe me money? Should this person go to jail for this crime? But in reality, I would say a good 90% of the decisions and opinions that judges issue are outside the courtroom because people may come to you with, hypotheticals. Police may come to you for guidance. Criminal organizations may come to you asking for input. At the end of the day, you are just trying to be a fountain of information for folks. And so you're kind of on call. You're a moving library, I guess. It's the way I would tend to look at it.
Also, a lot of people tend to think that it doesn't matter who they vote for judge because judges are all just going to do the same thing anyways. Can you touch a little bit on, ways judges can influence the way the city runs?
Judges can do a lot in terms of influencing the day to day lives of people, whether this is through larger reforms like how we change the HUT charges and the hold system, or through small things like the institution of regular town halls and maybe even certain laws surrounding hot button issues going on. So, for example, pushing to get a discussion on loitering, things of that nature. There's been a lot of things that have changed over the months and years, and it all comes down to shaping that as a judge. So I think it really does matter who you vote for because you want to vote for people not really. I would say, and maybe this is just me personally, not people who maybe share your exact political bent or your exact biases, but rather someone who you just think is going to approach things with a sound mind and some mediation, some reasoning, an even temperament, as well as competency in the law. So while I think there are some people who might want to vote for a judge because they think they might be on their side, or they think that they have the same opinions they might have, they might find themselves in a real bad position if that judge gets on a big case and just completely does something wrong or misinterprets the law. I mean, we saw that before. And that can create huge problems because then you're left with, the docket dragging on and people being involved in things that happened 4 months ago before they get into court. So my priorities would be competency, presence, and just reliability. I think is the biggest one. You want judges around who can speak to people. So that'd be my take on it, ma'am.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good take to me too, because a lot of people, they get all excited about the mayor and they don't really care about judges. And I honestly feel that judges are they have way more effect on our lives than mayor does most of the time. Um,
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. I know you get really busy just waking up, and everyone immediately wants to talk to you. So I'm glad you could take time out of your day for us.
Yeah, no problem at all, ma'am. I hope everyone gets out there and actually votes. I would highly encourage people to consider voting for judges with a strong background and reputation. I know from looking at the ones up there now, we've got a senior attorney, an ex-district attorney. So I think there's some good candidates up there. So please go out there and vote. And thank you.
This has been Charity Damos for LSBN and Judge Ellen Crane.